depending on where you go, or even I've heard STEAM lately. And in Australia, we recently had a report released that said 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years
amazing.
need some form of
Yeah. I didn't think there was a bet show this year. I've seen the Bet Fest stuff. This is incredible. Everyone's socially distanced, not too busy. Down here today to check out my old friend Chris Dyson from Parklands Primary. I believe he's on today. I haven't seen him anywhere. I'll give him a quick ring. Yeah, Chris, hi, it's Nick, yeah. Yeah, enough, yeah, I saw the fruit and veg you're giving out in the food bank. Yeah, I saw all that, mate, yesterday. Brilliant work, great work, no question. Look, what time are you on today? 2:05, okay. Yep. What do you mean it's pre-recorded? What, all the amazing tech that they have got, and they pre-recorded your talk? You're kidding me. Oh well, I've got a killer app. Somebody just gave me this app, and if I press a button on my phone here, I can pull up a video of what we did there at the school, the Aim High 20 Festival. Remember that back in December, where the kids built a cardboard Mars base camp, Tracy Island to me, and we built the rocket, and then we launched it on the Sunday. Check this out.
Screw up. I've always been a little rough around the edges, but I'm a rock star. Ooh, I'm a rock star.
How epic was that, eh? Killer app. I mean, everybody here is loving this, Chris. You what? What, play the video of the video about the work that we did last year when we were up there with Google doing the Art of Code Week for you and all the schools in Leeds. What, the 3D printing, the Rubik's Cube robot. Yeah, I'll show that. I'll pull that up now. That was an epic film, wasn't it? Hang on.
You know, Parklands is an extraordinary example in terms of the work that the school is doing within the community, you know, the work that Chris Dyson has done.
Well, as you said, I'm Chris Dyson. I'm head teacher at a school up in the most deprived area of Leeds, Parklands. I inherited the school 3 years ago that had 150 exclusions, 5 head teachers in the same year, 5 different behaviour policies. Exclusions was the easy option, and it wasn't the best place to actually be. The school was inadequate, but the same team that have worked together have seen now we have no exclusions whatsoever in school, and we've actually started taking excluded children from other schools to bring them into our environment.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about behaviour, especially this week with the Lose the Booze event. Well, we've got to be respecting everyone's different ways of doing things. I mean, for myself, I love Paul Dix, and I think this is one of the best books that I personally have ever read. But I think behaviour can be encouraged by inspiration, you know, by getting the children to do exciting, innovative things through the curriculum, through the arts, through collaboration. So the key to the outstanding behaviour we've got here at Parklands is empathy, it's love, it's giving opportunities, it's believing in the children and giving them those opportunities to excel at things and to take a risk, you know.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown a man. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is
And it shows that you believe in the people, you believe in these teachers, you believe in these kids, absolutely anything is possible.
Yeah, I love that film. I love that film. I hope we don't get too hammered for the copyright with that music. Not to worry. There's a lot of kids cheering over it. What are you saying? You got your internet fixed? Really? Wow. It was shocking that day, wasn't it? How did you get that sorted out, mate? What, John Jackson, LGfL? Well, they put an internet connection in for you. I didn't know they worked up in Leeds. Fantastic. Oh, brilliant. Do you remember, funny enough, that Art of Code Week, Laura came up from LGfL, because last year was our hashtag Collaborate 20 year, and they came up from London. She came up and helped run some of those coding activities with the BBC Microbit, which I know Microsoft did all the funding for with Samsung and a whole bunch of other people. Yeah, wasn't that a great week? Absolutely brilliant. I think I've got the film actually of Laura doing that. Hang on, see if I can pull that up here as well. She deserves a bit of respect, doesn't she? Hold on.
My co-host and the chair of this panel, 100% of the jobs that are going
Well, we've had a fantastic first day here at Parklands Primary School as part of our Art of Code week of collaborations across Leeds, all set up by Chris Dyson, the amazing head teacher here who we've worked with for years. And this year's is all part of our hashtag Collaborate20 year, trying to get organisations, creative companies and individuals to work with us more. And I'm delighted we've had Laura here from LGfL been working with us today. What have you been up to today, Laura?
I've been helping in sessions with microbits and the kids have enjoyed coding and learning lots more about that, yep.
So you've not been to Parklands before?
I haven't, and it's been an inspirational trip.
Fantastic day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
And LGfL, what do you guys do?
So we're a broadband provider, but we're also a not-for-profit charity, and we go and help with schools with their resources and also providing them with protections and all sorts, yeah.
So firewalls, online learning resources.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got the Adobe Creative Cloud suite of products in there as well.
So secondary schools get a lot more licenses and primary schools 30. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What does, LGfL, what does the L stand for in that?
So that was London, but we are now national. So it's a national grid for learning and we're going nationwide.
Fantastic. Well, our kids need their communities, our schools need their communities. So I think when we get organisations like you working with us at STEAM Co, we're all about connecting kids with their art, but importantly our communities with our schools. And I think the active word there is connection. You know, it's okay, internet connections, but it's also the value add, it's always also the relationships. But I think most importantly it's the support and commitment from companies like you coming out here to Leeds to help us. So thank you very much, really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, it's been great, thanks for the invite.
We'll see you again, cheers.
Thank you.
Let's get you down the station. Yeah, I love that film. That was great. I mean, LGfL, they've been a rock to us. All this last year, they funded, initially, within a couple of days of lockdown being announced, they funded the green screen studio we've been using, where we did our Glastonbury weekend with a cardboard pyramid stage, where we did Eden Project, where we did a camp down in Devon, literally camp at the Art Camp Festival, and then the 2-week tour in Yorkshire and up there with you in Parklands and the camper van, and then Christmas, our Christmas #1 thing. That was brilliant, wasn't it? You and Boff Wally were amazing. Yeah, that's right. And then our Christmas takeover, and here we are in hashtag Inspire Nation 21 years. So let's hope we can do something with this tech. Let's just hope that me, brave school leaders like you, school communities across the country, we can do some more epic work like this. What you say? Well, play that film that Dad made for me in my kids' school. You reckon they'd like that? I'll see if I can get that up on the big screen. Okay, man, I'll be in the mosh pit, 2:05 later on. All right, Chris, well, I'll see you later on. I'll run that film now then, that film about art, about how art is about creativity, tools and people, or tools or technology, because let's face it, technology is only a tool that was invented after you were born, basically. Yeah. Okay, Chris, I'll shut up. I'll get on with it. Lovely to speak to you. I'll see you later on, mate. Here we go. Let's see if this app works this last time. We're all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corston, I'm just a dad, I'm co-founder of STEAM Co. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So STEAM Co is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magical.
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Festival, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts so the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So, in lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-size pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work with STEAM Co.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology, and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system, we have a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere.
I would like to have STEAM Co Day in my class.
52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up.
So he's going to welcome somebody on stage in a minute. That loop's going to go forever if you haven't worked that one out. So we're nearly ready. We're going to be going about 4:30. 4:30 we're going live with our Microsoft STEAM feature and a very special feature with John Jackson LGfL. That's going to be 4:30 till about 4:45. And then at 5, we might have a bit of a banter, 4:45 till 5 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock, we're going live to the Bet Awards. We're going to stream that up here and restream that and have a bit of a banter as we go, so we can share that with you. I don't know how's the audio at that end. Anybody out there? Let's get ready for 4:30. So let's put a message up so everybody gets that message, shall we?
But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs.
Never understood why they get that bloke in from Australia when there's so many people over here. I don't think this is going to endear me to anybody though, but not to worry. Go on, I went to the first Bet show. I think I've worked it out. I think it was 1990, so it's over 31 years ago. I know I don't look old enough, and you'll probably never know. But so where are we? This is the one we want. So let's put that in there like that. So we're getting ready. We're going to be going live about 4:30 with our Microsoft STEAM special.
52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But the reality is in Australia.
If you just joined us, we're going live at about 4:30 with our Microsoft STEAM special and an LGfL shout out and thank you for all the support they've given us. That's going live at about 4:30. That will go through till about 4:45. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll be chatting probably 4:45 till 5 if there's anybody around. Then at 5 o'clock, we're going live to the Better Wards. We're going to be putting that up here, so don't go away. Join us here for that. 4:15, 4:45, 5 o'clock. Then tonight at 6 o'clock, 6 till 7, there's a teach meet, so we're going to do a takeover of that and restream and share some of that and keep the vibes and tap into that. If anybody wants to do a talk or share any insights or have a chat, then we can pull people up on the screen for that. So we're going to have a whole afternoon and evening live from the EdCell Centre, where they sell education. All sorts of stuff going on here. We're all ready to go, I think. We're 5-6 minutes to go. Okay, thanks very much. We'll be back with you in 6 minutes.
52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training to do these jobs. So I would like to welcome up my co-host and the chair of this. 52% of the jobs that are going to exist in the next 10 years need some form of STEM qualification. But reality is in Australia, only about 12% of our young people are training.
All right.